family, thank you for joining me today. My name is Vupe, and on this channel we talk about God, law, and everything in between, which is life. And today I have come with yet another law video, and today we are debunking 5 myths about lawyers. There is an advantage and a great disadvantage to being a lawyer in Zambia and anywhere around the world, because there's so many myths that surround it. And one of the myths, which I will not be addressing in this video, is lawyers are liars, because we have said time and time again that is just not true. But I will jump into my 5 today, and number 1 is all lawyers are rich. Now guys, that is just not true. Here in my country, getting admitted to the bar is a nightmare. Well, not for everyone, but for the majority of us, it is a nightmare. And most recently, even finding a job after getting admitted to the bar is a little of another piece of hell. Okay, so to assume that all lawyers are rich, well, we debunk that. And also there is a rule that you can't set up your own law firm until you have practiced for 5 years. So it means in the first 5 years it is almost impossible to find a lawyer who is rich from the practice. That was number 1. 2, hiring a lawyer is always expensive. Now that is another myth. In Zambia and around the world, we have a lot of lawyers who give legal services for free, or well, someone else would have paid for the service on your behalf. An example of this is in Zambia, the Legal Aid Board, which is an institution that provides legal services for the poor in our society. So if you know someone who needs a lawyer and they cannot afford one, please direct them to the Legal Aid Board. Their financial status will be assessed to see if they can't afford. They'll either be able to make a contribution, or there will be a waiver if they totally cannot afford to pay for their services. But lawyers are not always expensive. Okay, that's myth number 2. Another example is a project in Zambia called the Undikumbukire Project, which supports juveniles in conflict with the law for free. So that's another one. There are various other NGOs that provide legal services or can connect you to free legal services if you know someone who is in need of them. And yeah, there's also the National Legal Aid Clinic for women in Villa. So yeah, I will do another video on where to get legal services, either free or cheaper. Then we'll go into myth number 3, which is a good lawyer is argumentative. Okay, look, I know that it's very tempting to think that, but a good lawyer is one who understands the law, and not just understands the law in general, but understands the law in relation to your problem and can articulate that law to help you solve your problem. Now, it doesn't mean that you have to be argumentative. It just means you need to put your point across well with knowledge, and that's the most important thing. So it doesn't mean because you're an introvert, therefore you can't study law and therefore you can't be a lawyer. And not all lawyers need to be argumentative, because not all lawyers practice law in the courts. Others sit behind a desk like yours truly every day, and we're not in court, even if I have experience in practice and eventually intend to go back to it, because yours truly, yeah, is their personality to talk. But again, the most important thing is, does your lawyer know the law that supports your problem? Can they articulate it? And they don't need to be argumentative, loud, and annoying. They just need to be able to communicate what the law says about your situation and help you solve your problem. Going to jump into number 4, myth busting. And number 4 is one of the biggest challenges I think lawyers face, and that is people tend to believe that lawyers know everything. No, We don't know everything. It is most likely that a lawyer will know a little about everything, but they will not know everything. And when I say everything, I mean in terms of the law. But the best advice they will be able to give will be in the area of their practice, the field in which they work. So for instance, the 3 fields I am very, very good at is human rights, criminal law, and now I am expanding into nutrition. So it will be very difficult for me to give advice on labor law, even if I do know quite a bit about that, or commercial transactions and contracts. Even though I have the basic knowledge from everything that I learned, the law is dynamic and changes over time, and so you need someone who practices that. Family law, you want someone who has been doing it when you want to get advice. And I receive on a daily basis questions from every area of the law. So just a myth buster, guys. Lawyers don't know everything. No, we don't. But it's always safer to get advice from someone in their field of specialization. So we'll move over to myth number 5, which is lawyers are manipulative. Guys, lawyers are not manipulative, okay? So when we go to law school, we do not only learn about the law, we learn how to communicate, like I said, and put these points across to help our clients win the case. Now, the nature of life is such that the first person who comes and reports a matter, or the person who sues in the court of law, seems to be the one who is right, and there's always need to test whether that is true or not. So you find that we are taught skills to test the evidence of the other person to ensure that they are not going away with a lie, because the devil lies in the details. It's easy to look like you are right even when you are not. So we do not manipulate anything. We basically take what we are given, check what the law says, align it with the facts, and then give an opinion about what could have happened in the situation in line with what the law has said. Otherwise, we are not manipulating. We just have the ability to break down complex matters. That's what we're trying to do. Complex matters into simple, understandable details to help the judge arrive at a reasonable conclusion. So what we try and do is ensure that no detail goes unattended or no stone goes unturned, and that our client doesn't suffer at the expense of another person. We are not manipulative. We are here for you. So thank you for joining me today. If you found that this content was helpful and you would like more content like this, please let me know, and remember to subscribe. So until the next one, these were my 5 myth busters, and there are hundreds more, and maybe we'll do a part 2. I don't know, you let me know, but I will see you in the next one. This has been Bupe. I'm out.